Hey guys, what's up? This is Mina Fox here, and I'm kind of late to announce this because I was at work and stuff, but happy 175th anniversary to this great state that I was born and raised in and still live in today, and that is Iowa. Which of course we know is the best known as the hockey state, but on the other hand, alternatively, because of all the cornfields that you see almost every day when you're driving on the roads and stuff, which Iowa would be best known, in my opinion, as the corn state, because you know Iowa's the #1 supplier of corn of any state here in America. Plus, Iowa's the state where farmers are the backbone of the economy, and also ranchers and more than anything, small local businesses. Because I've grown up going to small local businesses here in the state of Iowa, and even in the local area that I still live in. I've neither moved out of town nor out of state. I've always lived in Iowa, right in my birthplace, which I live in Woodbury County, and my mom has always lived in Iowa her whole life. She was born and raised in a small town that was settled by the Irish immigrants, but I'm not going to tell you. This is personal, and of course, just like my mom, I'm proud to have some Irish heritage. But since I've got some mixed heritage, my dad, on the other hand, he was born and raised on a farm in a very small town in Nebraska, which my dad has Czech heritage. So therefore, I'm kind of an Irish Czech mix. But, however, my late grandpa from my mom's side of the family, he's sort of German, so there's some kind of German in my family because of my grandpa from my mom's side of the family. Because my mom's maiden name, which I will not tell you, was German, even though most of my mom's blood's Irish, and my late grandma from my mom's side of the family, her maiden name was Irish. It starts with a Mick, but I'm not going to tell you. And of course, here in Iowa, I'm really glad we have strong conservative leaders like Governor Kim Reynolds and Senators Joni, Ernst, and Chuck Grassley. And Chuck Grassley's been representing us Iowans in the Senate for more than 40 years. He was elected in 1980, and I'm pleased to announce to you guys that I am endorsing Senator Chuck Grassley and Governor Kim Reynolds both for re-election, which Chuck Grassley is running for an 8th term, and Governor Kim Reynolds is running for a 2nd full term, and of course, just like Senator Joni Ernst, whom we got re-elected last year to serve a 2nd term in the Senate, all three of them, they travel around every single corner of the state of Iowa. They go to every county, no matter how big or little of the counties or towns or cities they're visiting. They know every voice in Iowa matters. They don't go hide in the basement or rely on corporate interests. They do their job, which is to meet with Iowans, because they work for us. They don't work for the government of any kind, whether it's federal or state. They work for who they're supposed to represent, who voted them into office. They're supposed to work for people, whether their constituents voted for them or against. But we're very glad that Iowa, in recent years, it's becoming more and more Republican, and that now there's a red wave coming, because we have a terrible president who doesn't care about us. And he does not care about us. His approval ratings are sinking. But our predecessor, the president we love, who loves Americans, you know, the predecessor in the presidency, he knows American policies are what we need. But the president we currently have, he wants to roll them back, and he wants more government and take away our freedoms. But I'm glad here in the state of Iowa, our governor and our 2 senators, they chose freedom over lockdowns. They know their job is to meet with Iowans, including Iowa businesses, not hide in the basement or whatever. Our governor and our 2 senators, they meet with Iowans every single day, unless when Congress or the state legislature is in session. Yeah, because that's their job. That unless there's a legislative session, which we all need to be concerned about is happening, that their job's to meet with Iowans and stuff. But we're thankful the state of Iowa, both chambers of the legislature are controlled by Republicans, which is great. And Governor Kim Reynolds has signed a great number of executive orders and bills into law in the state of Iowa. That she signed the largest state tax cuts in Iowa history. She signed the Back the Blue bill into law, because our brave heroes in blue, it's their job to protect communities. They're not supposed to back down to those crazy protesters that are anarchists. This is what's wrong with our country. We are trying to save this country. That's our #1 job. But we know Iowa is doing great, while Washington is failing us, because we have Democrats in control of both chambers of Congress. We've got a 50-50 in the Senate, where there needs to be at least 51 of one particular party, or someone caucusing with that party for a majority. And the Democratic majority in the House of Representatives, it's razor thin. We got some Republicans to pick up some seats because of Donald Trump and his strong America First policies. But we got to fight harder. 22 midterms are coming. Please vote. Please vote for America First policies. Please vote red. And we know Iowa, we have a strong governor, 2 strong senators that are fighting for Iowans. But no matter what attacks they're getting from the media and the elites and stuff, these Republican leaders are going to fight harder, because they represent us, not the mass media, not the elites from the coast like Gates, Soros, Musk, Bloomberg. None of those bad guys that are just trying to back those crazy politicians into office that don't care. Because we know strong Republican leaders, they know how the economy is important, how to get people back to work, not sit at home and use COVID as an excuse. I mean, we're getting sick of this. And now I'd like to let you know some breaking news here in the state of Iowa. Let me get my iPad up. Now I just want to show you the redistricting for the United States House of Representatives. Here on Iowa Capitol Dispatch, here's the comparison. Right here on the left, that's the current delegation. And on the right is the new proposed delegation, which will go into effect for the midterms. That, as you know, I live in Iowa's 4th district, which is a strongly Republican district, while the other districts tend to be swing districts. But at least we're going to get more Republican votes for sure, because of Governor Kim Reynolds' strong leadership and because of Joe Biden and his failures that we can't afford him and all those government policies that don't speak for the American people. And of course, what's been Iowa's first district, well, what's that and number 2 are trading places. So Iowa District 1, whose representative is Congresswoman Ashley Hinson, it'll be Iowa District 2. And then Iowa District 2, which will be Iowa District 1, that is represented by Dr. Marionette Miller Meeks. That the district she's been represented has been for 14 or so years a Democrat district, but for the first time got flipped to a Republican district, which she narrowly beat Democrat Rita Hart after then Congressman Dave Loebsack was retiring. And in Iowa District 3, which has long been a Republican district, Cindy Axne, she's doing terrible as a Democrat, and that she beat then Representative David Young in both elections only by a razor thin margin. She didn't even receive 50% of the vote. While there were some third-party candidates as other voting options, but what can you expect? I mean, because right now the Democrat Party has become the party that wants to hurt farmers. They want to hurt small businesses, pretend they want to help them, but at the same time just backstab them without them noticing. And we know Republicans, we know those rural counties are more likely to favor the Republicans. And of course, the 2 most Republican counties in the state of Iowa are Sioux and Lyon in the very northeast corner of the state. Those are the 2 counties that are solidly Republican, where more than 80% vote for Republican candidates. And I also have some other news I'd like to show you. That Adventureland Park, which is Iowa's beloved theme park that has been a landmark and of course the theme park capital of Iowa for nearly 50 years now. The family that has owned it, they just sold it to Palace Entertainment, which owns a group of theme parks. But as I found out, thankfully, unlike Cedar Fair, it's a private one instead of public. Because you know, private's better than public, you know, when it comes to ownership. Because you know, private companies tend to have a better reputation than publicly traded ones, and don't rely on the government or pander to advice from the government like the CDC, which is ridiculous. And here's what I just found out. Palace Entertainment to acquire Adventureland, which, as I found out in a press release on Adventureland's website, says Palace Entertainment, a subsidiary of Parques Reunidos, one of the leading global operators of amusement parks with more than 60 different attractions assets around the world, today announces its acquisition of Adventureland Resort in Altoona, Iowa. And this is dated December 21st, so that's a week ago. That Adventureland, which has been a family-run business since opening its doors in 1974, has more than 100 ride shows and attracts for all ages, from mild to wet and wild, and features shows throughout the park for a variety of family fun and entertainment. The acquisition and Palace's expansion of the venue will introduce Adventureland to a portfolio of some of the best-known and operated parks in the world. Similar to Adventureland, many of these venues hold and maintain a unique and timeless heritage where they operate. It was founded in 1974 by Jack Krantz. It has been run as a family business by Krantz's sons and daughters since Krantz's passing 15 years ago, and it is one of the Midwest's best-known family fun and entertainment theme parks. It has become a regional magnet for tourism and fun for all ages. And according to John Riley, the Chief Operating Officer of Palace Entertainment, states that we are excited about adding Adventureland to our portfolio. We specialize in parks and venues that create experiences to be enjoyed over a lifetime, from childhood to young adulthood, parenting and grandparenting. Investing in Adventureland to expand its current lineup to include 8 new family rides in 2022, plus 2 all-new attractions for the 2023 season. And that Palace Entertainment also owns some other parks like Noah's Ark Water Park in Wisconsin Dells and Kennywood, a legendary amusement park near Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and stuff. And wow, that's just some breaking news for a beloved family-owned theme park that it's been an independently owned park. Now they're selling it to a chain of parks, kind of like how Silver Dollar City, which I used to go to when we used to go to Branson almost every summer. That Silver Dollar City is owned by Herschend Family Entertainment, that also owns Dollywood in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and stuff. So that's just some breaking news. So I'm kind of wary what some of the changes might be at Adventureland Park, that if they'll kind of follow in the footsteps of the previous owner, do what they want so people can enjoy the park more and more. And through the rides that I found out that Adventureland's going to take down our Falling Star, that Ladybugs ride, but I'll put in the description what the actual name is, and the Lighthouse. So yeah, those are just 3 of the rides that they're kind of taking out because of either the loss of popularity or just that the maintenance costs are not cost effective. And I know there was a derecho that we had last year in the summer here in the state of Iowa. That derecho had a really negative impact, that destroyed a number of houses, trees falling over. Some of the damage was done to the park, but not all of it. Mainly that giant sky wheel that they needed new cabins to install. And so in conclusion, as I'd like to show you guys, here's this Iowa State flag, just to announce you guys of the statehood's 175th anniversary. So yep, here's this cool Iowa State flag, and there's the motto: "Our liberties we prize, and our rights we will maintain." Yeah, which that's a pretty strong message, that just like for the country, even Iowans are entitled to their freedoms. It's very sad some states like New York, California, Washington State, Oregon, and Illinois, and states like them, they're choosing government over people and pandering to crazy activists that have no respect for American values. It's really, really sad, but thankfully here in Iowa, it remains one of the most American states, alongside its neighbor state of South Dakota, Florida, and Arkansas, and Tennessee, and other states that are keeping the American vibes and choosing freedom over government. So now I just want to close this video, just want to wrap myself up in this Iowa State flag. Yeah. So yeah, this is pretty cool. Yeah, I even taken some pictures of myself wrapped up in the Iowa State flag. So just like some people would want to wrap themselves around in the American flag and stuff. But anyways, that's it for my video announcing Iowa's 175th anniversary of statehood. And if you enjoyed this video, just give it a thumbs up, post your comments, and if you'd like to see some more videos from me, just hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell to get notified for any new posts. And Thank you guys for watching this video. And this is Mina Fox signing off. And once again, happy 175th anniversary to the great state of Iowa.